Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield. Siege Ryan here, and I have a special treat for you. We are playing the land control deck in a league. I had so much fun. I've played this league, it was really good. Don't mind round one, we played against aggro and we get absolutely cooked, but outside of that, it's an absolute adventure, so come along for the ride. We've played this deck before. This was the update that I did, so thank you for the donation. Deck, and then we built on that, which was great. So in front of you is the update. What I've done is it's very similar to like a blue-red terror build, except we're running the suite of these beautiful cards. Turf Wound, which stops players from playing lands, and then Soul for Tara is the same thing as well. Stop them from playing lands, and you draw a card. Drawing cards very important. So it's essentially we build up our mana, and then we like hoodwink or boomerang their early land if we're on the play, and then we just chain Turf Wounds and Soul for Taras till we get this huge tempo build up, and then we slam a Terror or a Azure Fleet Admiral and control the ball with our bounce effects and our spreads, and then we win the game. It looks like this feels a bit dusty, but it actually works. It's very fun. Over in the sideboard, we just have Hydroblast, Red Blast, because we're playing the blue-red build. I'm running one Dispel just to see how we go if we need it for counter wars and whatnot. And I felt like it was kind of like okay with burn and whatnot, because at least we could like counter like a burn spell with it. We're running 2 Cast into the Fire and 2 Suplex. Mainly, I wanted to see how these cards go. I feel like Suplex is good, has a similar effect to Cast into the Fire. It is a sorcery, but it has that exile effect. So it can actually become pretty handy with, you know, sneaky snackers, but also can affect the monkey in Rally Red that when it dies, you get a card. So I think the exile effect can be quite prominent. Obviously, Cast into the Fire is an instant, which is good. But I think just having a split will be interesting to see how it goes. I'm running 2 Relics of Progenitus. This is kind of cooked, counterintuitive with this deck, but I just found that like with certain decks, you really just do need some graveyard hate. We don't have too much other options in blue-red. So if you play it well and play around with your terrors, and sometimes we just refill enough anyway, I think it's just quite important to longevity of this deck. Other changes I made with this is I put capsizes in. I found you get to a stage in the game where you can just buy it back and just keep bouncing stuff. Let me know if you'll change anything. I am thinking of a tempo build after looking at this deck in general, which might work a little bit better. But generally, I get a positive result in this league. It was really fun. Just see how you go. Skip past the first round if you want, because it's just against like a madness aggro deck anyway. But after that, the real shenanigans begin. And I feel like this deck actually feels complex to play. Like, when do I do stuff? What lands do they run? What cards do I have to worry? What colors? How many tap lands do they run? Very interesting. And it's also really fun when you just literally bounce all their lands and they can't play lands, and then they're just discarding like 2 cards a turn or a card a turn. They can't do anything. And they're playing a league, so they have to play against me. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel a fair bit. I do enjoy playing Magic the Gathering and recording them and seeing what you guys think about it. It's very fun. You can use my code word SiegeRyan, 3 mana traders to get a little bit of money off if you want. That's how I play all these decks, using their loan program. And yeah, I got memberships. So if you want to send me some wacky decks, this was originally a wacky deck and I love it and it's really fun. And I'm going to play more of the donation decks that we built on, like the Kobolds deck as well in the future. So please send them through, and yeah, let's just have some fun playing Magic. I'll see you in the first one. We are round 1. Yeah, look, I like this hand. We will keep. It's a smidge slow, but I think it does the job. I think so. Swamp Go has been called. Okay, we've got a Turf Wound. I think we just start off with this. And then we say pass. And we can probably just try and get a hopefully an island off the top, otherwise. Right, Swamp, Mountain. This isn't the best matchup against us because we have... I think this is probably our worst matchup, this one, but that's okay. So I think we actually brainstorm and then we can fetch away for an island if we want to. Or we can swap, we can island cycle anyway. I think we kind of want to get going a little bit here. I want some breath weapons as well. Let's brainstorm here. All right, we're gonna probably put back this and the mountain, and fetch can get. Oh, maybe we do tuck one of these actually. Probably just a slightly worse version. And then let's play this because we might use the Lorien. We'll just go get an island now and just pass. Technically, we should do it on their turn, but that's okay. Pass. So for Rakdos Madness, we don't have too much. We just obviously have the blue blast. Ooh, very nice. All right, so they're just like a variant of this version. Okay, I'm kind of interested in just using up some of these turf wounds. So I think we'll put stop and upkeep. And then, I mean, the other things that we can do is I want to get Mystic out ASAP because we can block that. I don't really want to boomerang that either. So yeah, we just pass. We'll do a turf wound. Do a turf wound. Target them. But like any of these big aggro decks, that like we're not as good against essentially. So likely we will be taking an L in this one, but we'll come back stronger. Like we've got like breath weapons, screds. You can bring in even like dispel. Yeah, just doing some madness stuff. Fair enough. I think we got a little bit to work with. Like let's just keep doing the lands thing. Being on the play matters so much more in this matchup. Okay, so there's a hoodwink. So I think we just run back what we literally just did this turn and try and draw another spell. And then we can hoodwink boomerang. So just do another. It doesn't really matter. We use this off of Tara. It's technically the same thing. Maybe we should keep more lands then. Next turn, I guess we can go Lorien Revealed. Lorien Revealed, Island, and then like boomerang away the hero token. And then hoodwink the swamp. It's just on 7. We need to be like a lot more of these lands essentially. Land. Look, we'll play it. I kind of need to get rid of this now. So we could breath weapon if we want to. We can boomerang as well. Maybe we just boomerang. Just bounce that. And then we just turf wound on their turn to use our mana the best. I like that the best. This feels absolutely insane. We want more of the grind, you know. Oh, they just got the ball, that's right. We want more of the grind. So what we will bring in is dispels. They'll bring in duresses. Relics are fine because they also have snackers. We can cut some of the chaff here. The Azure Fleet Admirals don't feel as good. The capsizes are slow. They're all fine. I feel fine. We could even cut some of these, but let's run suplexes. Cards to the Fire is not that good because it doesn't exile the creature. We obviously bring in Hydros and Dispels. So we'll bring in all these. And we just go with the Terror plan and like heaps of the removal and whatnot. I don't mind Breath Weapon. So this capsize needs to go. Let's just cut down on the Solfataras. These Hoodwinks can also bounce artifacts, which is interesting, but yeah, we'll keep the rest. We can't really Azure Fleet Admiral when they have sneaky snackers. I guess we can boomerang them, but yeah, again, it gets a little bit harder, so see how this version goes. Alright, on the play. Matters a lot more when it's on the play. We will keep this because it's just got a lot of interaction really. Play the Fjord and pass. So now we can like suplex a fair bit of their stuff. Hopefully we just roll a Perilous so this Brainstorm comes online. There's another Terror. Let's just pass. And hopefully just suplex what we want here. There's a Rod. Let's just should we spread the token? let's grab the token here. Just use up our mana for this turn, you know. The Mystic. Look, we're gonna have to brainstorm here to try and find another land, but we are relatively locked out after that, which is pretty grim for us. Put these back. Island. Let me just pass and keep up this spread and suplex. Oh, I guess we could do a hoodwink. Maybe we just actually do the hoodwink. Just because they're not playing any other threats anyway. Pass. Yeah, brainstorm lock does not feel good. 1, 2, 3. We need one more spell to essentially use. So hopefully we can just grade and just start playing terrors and get there with that. Highway robbery. Okay. In that case, I am going to use this because that way we can just play a terror next turn. So it's 4. Yeah, we can just play terror and still use the shred if we want to. And what's their next land? Oh, Duras. That's fine. They can Duras us. That's the same thing then. This actually allows us to play terror, so I'm very happy for them to Duras us. Gets us closer to terror. Interesting to do that over that because I feel like the creatures are just like very specific creatures. So there's a Mystic. We will just play pass and hopefully terrors get there. It is a tall order, don't get me wrong. Alright, they are running extracts, which is interesting. Let us just play the other terror. We will hold down because now we got this Hydroblast at our will here. If we don't just face another extract, there's a Kitchen Imp. We will just suplex that. 4 cards left. We've got a 13, they're on 23. It is a tall order, one would say. Not terror. Well, let's just suplex now. Let's attack for 5. I don't think we can really afford to not play this terror, so I think we play it. Pass. We could have maybe cut the Mystics out. Okay, there we go. All right, well, we somehow they just showed their hand to us, which just lands in a sneaky snacker. Fair enough. So yes, we won't change really anything. Custom fire doesn't do anything. I mean, we could run the cap sizes back. Are they better than hoodwinks though? I don't think so. They might be better actually than hoodwinks. Especially on the drawers. I guess it's just like, although this actually allowed us to play, maybe not. Maybe these are better than turf wounds. Ideally, we need to just keep drawing. Maybe we're meant to run more lands as well, potentially. The Lauren builds though. Let's run this and see how we go. At least like the cap sizes can do something, like, you know. Alright. This is fine. I think we keep this because we can do the Lauren revealed. Play Mountain Lauren revealed. You don't really want to boomerang that anyway. Yeah, and we just pass. Be mindful of bog. Oh, sorry, I have 6 to that, but I should have done the Lauren revealed. But honestly, we have a bunch of lands anyway in the Brainstorm. They probably should take the Brainstorm or something, or the Dispel. Like, we'll have blue mana going. I think they're really deciding whether to take the Lauren reveal. They do take the Lauren reveal. That's interesting. I guess it could stuff us up a little bit, but that also means, you know, we got this. So, you know, let us use this hoodwink now. Just use our mana. So I just forced to like play Ron. They can't do a bolt after or something like that. And then next turn, hopefully we can play. We can play the landscape and then like brainstorm or if we need to dispel, you know. Vampire's Kiss. That is fine. Another Hoodwink. Let's play this. I'm more inclined to brainstorm, I think. Because you could also hit a Scred, depending on if they just play like a Rod or something. And I want Dispel for this if they play an Extractor Sorcery, isn't it? Double check. That resolves. Let's just brainstorm. Maybe we hit a Scred here. Hydro Blast is nice. Let's put back this. Let me double check what Extract is doing. It is a sorcery, so it doesn't matter too much if they have that. But we could almost Boomerang back our creature. Can we get rid of the spell then? We do this. Then we'll go get an island. There's another brainstorm. Doesn't work as well here. Maybe let's just brainstorm again and try and find something extra. Cut this. I did play an island already. Do I keep the fjord? Do the lowering revealed now. We do that. And then we potentially just boomerang this and then do a lowering revealed. We're on 17, so we're on a pretty good amount. I mean, we could have kept the other boomerang, so we could have boomeranged Tolarian Terror. But did I arrange that anyway? We'll pass anyway. One, two, three, four. With the madness. It's interesting rather doing that than just running Gutter Snipe. I kind of want the fjord. Another rod, okay. Yeah, look, let's play the, how much does the Terror cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 2. I reckon they have an Extract though, which is what I'm kind of worried about a little bit. This lowering bill will be handy. We're on 12. We've got 2 counter spells for their burn spells. Yeah, this looks like an Extract. There's a Vampire's Kiss. Okay. This Hydro Blast feels worse and worse. I guess the boomerang. Well, let's try and draw the boomerang then. I genuinely want to counter. I think we have to counter everything now. We don't have much else going on, and then we can boomerang that hero token. We have a Dispel up, which is nice, and then we can start getting him for 5, and then we can boomerang you. Get in. And maybe if we fade, we can potentially this Dispel. I kind of wish it was an Abjure now. I guess maybe we should have put an Abjure in instead. All sorcery base, but at least it stops a burn spell. That's the thing, alright? Yeah, they're gonna obviously take the lowering revealed here. An imp. Okay, that's not good because of that. So a spread off the top would be good, but now that this is in play, Can't do much about that. We're in a pretty low life total now. They've got 1 card left. Well, let's play Relic and just exile it now. We need to find a spread, really. Fjord is not where we want to be. We will play it though, attack. See, now if like they just equip, it goes up to 4. They need literally a ham sandwich to finish the job here, so not good for us. And they're only on 14, so we need 3 turns. Yeah, this looks like it here. Oh, they're just equipping it. Okay. This into a bolt. I'm on 3. Pure, there we go. All right, let's go jump to another one. I don't think it's like our best matchup, Madness Burn, but let's see how we go. If we hit like literally an island off that, then I'm happy. So let's just play this Fjord tapped and see how we go. It's definitely much more like a blue-red tempo hand though. It's not land destruction as Rich Garfield intended, but that's okay. All right, they're probably like, why is there a stop in my upkeep? Oh, tribe combo. Okay, all right. This is a little bit more different. So they're very unlikely to have the turn 2 combo. I think we do just get a tapped land and play it, I think, to be honest. You know, and then we can keep up fjords and spreads and whatnot. Pass. If they have mountain literally inside out, they only run so many untapped. They only run so many mountains. That's not good. You have to just. They have to have the combo. Okay, they do. 4, 8, 5, 10. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. It is what it is. It's very unlikely that that happens essentially. So the deck is very much. It's a small percentage when you actually have like untapped plains into untapped mountain into inside out, and you can't really play scared. Essentially, is what I'm saying. So anyway, in terms of sideboarding, we just bring in the Hydroblast, and so Dispel can hit Lightning Axe. It can hit Inside Out, and it hits Fling. So I mean, I don't hate it. Better than Breath Weapon. Let's just bring it in. If you run tap lands, just cut these Breath Weapons. They don't matter as much. Hydros, Skreds. I think Azure Fleet Admirals are good. Maybe don't bring in the Dispel because Capsizes are fine. And then we just cut probably more of the Solfataras. I want all the interaction. Maybe because we're on the play still, we actually keep in Solfataras and take out Hoodwinks potentially. We can't need to keep our top end in. I think we just need to. Maybe we can cut 1 Azure Fleet, a Hoodwink, and like 1 Capsize. I still like the idea of having our plan of what we had before. Alright, deck. Look, it gets an island. Let's keep it. Let's just keep this hand. Sounds crazy, but the multi 6. Let's play the landscape. So go, and then yeah, on end step we'll just go get an island. Yeah, see what I mean? It's like the lands can be really not good. So cross this, go get an island. Our turn. Let's play the Fjord. Play the Relic. Say go. And then from next turn, we can essentially just tap that down. Get rid of the escape tunnel. Oh, that's going to be fun to boomerang. They're not going to expect this boomerang. That's for sure. Let's just boomerang now. No one ever expects the boomerang. And then we can start the turf wound shenanigans next turn, which is nice. Go clean up. Okay, this is exactly where we want it to be. The strands, doesn't matter. Oh, we can exile that, which is nice. We are running Screds, but we win by other means, opponent. Target you. So now we really want a Tolarian Terror. That's good. But I'll have to discard again here. Alright, and then let's hopefully draw something interesting now. Do Hydroblast. Let's play Brainstorm. Well, we're Brainstorm locked, so we just put these on top, I guess. Let's exile that. We've got 1, 2, 3. So this is still kind of not that much. It's 3, 7, 4. It's still, I mean, we could just tap out and cast it. They can't really get rid of it either. Maybe just do that because we've got these Hydros. Let's play the Tolarian Terror. 4. Oh, they got a Hydro. They got a Red Blast. Okay, sure. That's me being greedy. That's me being greedy. Maybe I shouldn't have been greedy. Alright. Things I want to draw now, Lone revealed, but let's just do this Brainstorm first. I mean, Azure Fleet Admiral will be pretty clutch, to be honest. Alright, we are still locked here. Get rid of that. Let's hoodwink their land and say go. The problem is we're locked now. We have plenty of things to fetch, but oh well. We will play a land. And we're going to Hydro any of their cycles, to be honest. Oh, let's be real here. I probably should have played a little bit better. Apologies. You know I don't play blue-red that much. Alright. Okay. Well, we need a Fleet Admiral here. Just another mountain. Let's hold on to it because if we draw another Brainstorm, we want to get rid of that. Exile thing. Pass the turn. So if we played this game well, we would have had the Tolarian Terror and probably just won this game now. Alas, here we are. That's not boomerang. Don't do that much. I mean, they're probably going to get to the point now where they're just going to play whatever. So maybe we do run like Ponders in this deck, potentially. Alright. There it is. There it is. We let that hit for a while, I think, to be honest. We got Blast up, but yeah. Okay, now we play this, I think. And then we'll pass the turn. Go to upkeep. We'll do a Turf Wound. Yeah. Let's keep the slow play going, eh? Alright, that's good. That's good. The Terror is exactly what we want. And they can't particularly do the combo with us. I think this is fine. I'm tempted to kind of use it here. I could discard to the Terror. Let's just boomerang it. I'm kind of fine with them having it, to be honest. Let's just pass to us. Lauren revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could Lauren reveal first. We keep up 5. I kind of want to Lauren reveal first. We're under no mega threat. I'd rather be able to continue with land drops. See, that's good. We'll play this. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think now, I mean, they can spread this to oblivion, discard things to oblivion. We could just boomerang it now as well. I think I'm interested in playing the Terror next turn and maybe spreading Instep if they don't do anything else. I think the fact that I have 2 Hydroblasts open for the inside out. We could boomerang now. Now I'm playing 2 reserved. I can get it for 3, that's okay. We can just boomerang this. Just to get rid of it. Raven Charm is interesting. I think it's obviously fine. Like, we obviously can't play a Terror. I think that's fine. And then we just boomerang and step and then cycle. I think we get rid of the snacker. They can waste a red blast on this if they want to. But there's no way that they're going to be using. So we're just gonna get another island. Missouri Fleet would be absolutely cracked here. Let us spread this and they can discard to it if they want to. Make them exile that if we can. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So our option is we can just Turf Wound again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to just Turf Wound and play a Terror next turn. We also just Scred this again is the other option. Scred it again, force 2 more cards to be discarded, and then just play the Terror. I think that's correct. We're not going to get more lands now. Ideally, it would be good to get like a 9th land, so they have to discard 2 cards. Okay, I kind of want to exile now. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will play this. Counter that. Then I guess they inside out us. Well, they can't inside us because they've got 2 cards left anyway. I think we Hydroblast. I think we actually recycle this now. Get rid of that. Yeah, now we've got the Fleet Admiral. This happens, but they have to discard a card. Eidolon, which is like pretty good. They've got 3 cards now. They can't really inside out. The next time we just play the Azure Fleet Admiral, tackle 5. Keep up the Hydroblast. Okay, let's attack first, I guess. Got this Hydroblast, which is nice. In for 5. Nice healthy 5. And let's fight over this tribe again. They should discard 2 cards. They can do this if they want to. Discarding a mountain. And what else? Another mountain. So they didn't have too much going on. So I'm probably going to Hydro, to be honest, that Pursue the Past. I'm not that into playing this. Like I feel now we got the Monarch. I mean, Boomerang's nuts. Let's actually just Boomerang this. Not playing anything then. And now we can just crack in with this every turn. They drew a Thrilling. We are going to Hydroblast that though. Oh, they discard that into another card. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that. Yeah, they get that back, but yeah, it's not too much of a hassle. Just keep the Monarch, we just keep bashing with this Tolarian. We'll attack. I think I'll use this Turf Wing now. Alright, this is using that, fair enough. Maybe I got 2 of those, okay. We're not gonna let them play the Pursue hopefully next turn. So let's just go, we draw a card here. Yeah, we're never playing a land again essentially, so we'll Turf Wind you, and we know you have another land. And now we can just bounce the Boros garrisons. That feels pretty savage. Let's do this now. Sorry, I should have done it in main before, but that's okay. They can't particularly attack. We'll just attack the Terror again, and now we've got our land lock stuff going. Attack for 5. And little do they know they only have a mountain left. Let's just try and spread this again. Alright, get the Monarch. That's nice. I think we need to show them that though. Turf Wind you, sorry mate. This is the lock. It's a good one. I maybe should have tried to spread before to see, but I'm just playing a bit faster than we would, I guess. Alright, let's attack. Another Terror. I don't really want to show them. Anything else? Another one, dude, I'm sorry. Here we go. Solf Atara. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're 1-1. We're 1-1. So we're definitely running Red Blast. Suplexes are kind of interesting. They're not worth it though. I do kind of like the idea of a Dispel for the Blue Blast. Doesn't really do much else outside of that. I like the Capsize. The Hooving was kind of nice, but I don't think it's as relevant. Everything else we need to keep in. And the spreads help as well, especially against mascots. Alright, let's try this again, eh? It's a little bit harder on the draw, but I think we just give it a Good old crackaroony. Oh. They're mulliganing the 6. I kind of don't mind this. It's got like a lot of bounce effects. You know, they're mulling to 5, so we can go get an island with this. We have Hoodwink, Boomerang up. We could also just get like a mountain, depending what we draw. Maybe we do get the. Let's just see what they play. If they go get a plains, and then they're literally getting a mountain. Okay. Just playing a mascot here, then I think we just do get the mountain. Sorry. Yeah, let's go get a mountain. Valuable with the screds, you know, if we just rip a scred off the top. Got a lot of that. Let's just hoodwink a land. The thing is, they can still do their spirit stuff. It's not fun for us. Now we might not draw another land, which is a problem. Starting to play that. Okay. Let us go Island Cycle. And play this island. And probably on when they fetch, they might have a Lawrence escape. I think we just try and boomerang that. Yeah. Let's try and boomerang this. They probably have a Lawrence escape though, but that's okay. They don't. Alright, that's good. They get plains. Thing is, they can kind of continue on with their life pretty easily here. Maybe we can take a couple hits, but yeah, let's just play Assault for Tara first. I have a feeling this will get Red Blast though, but that's alright. Blue Blast. Okay. Letting us do that, which is kind of nice. Attack for 2. They can also just save stuff for the terrors when they come down. I guess that's the thing. We draw here. I want lands. That's what I want. Okay. We did draw a Brainstorm. We want to try and hit land still, so we will cast Brainstorm. That is not good for us. Let me just put these 2 back. Yikes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still better off casting a Turf Wound here in their upkeep. And then at some point we can play this Terror. We can take a couple hits from this mascot. I just feel like they have mono. I'd rather keep doing this and then set up a way to save this Terror. They have another mascot. Okay. Well, now let's play the Terror. Guess they can hit it though. If we play the Terror, they could just red. Or then it's Ward. I think we still Turf Wing, to be honest. Because you could draw Screds or anything for these Spirit Mascots. 1. They'll have Lightning Axes or something like that. There's the tribe. There is the tribe. They can't particularly attack. It's got Ward. Draw a card. Come on, give me something. Well, that's interesting. Play a land. We can't really play the Fleet Admiral just yet. I think we still do a Solfatara. I think we hold up Capsize. and then we soft Tara end step and just cycle it. Nothing else. Okay, well, let's just cycle this. The worst divination known to mankind there. Yep, we'll draw a card, and then we draw another card. Alright. That makes me feel a smidge better. We won't do anything else. We will still just play a turf wound. And just hit our land drops. We always have this capsize, but the longer this game goes, the better for us. I feel better the longer it goes. Let's play a Fjord and we'll probably do a, yeah, we'll do a Sword for Tara, that's fine. Then we have protection for this capsize. They can draw like the combo. We have a full grip of cards on our hand. We probably should have brought the Dispel in actually for the Lawrence escapes. I think we need to use these capsizes yet. Draw off this. That's a Scred, that is nice. We'll play a land. So we could play the Azure. Up Scred. Don't love it though. I kind of want to maybe Scred end step on a Spirit Mascot. Let's turf wind again. So at 5, 6, 7, 8. Brainstorm is nice as well. They can Faithless Looting, that's fine. Yeah, there are 2 Eidolons. That is a fair cop. Maybe we just still pass. All right, back to us. All right, we have no land. Good land. I do play a Fleet Admiral. Got capsize and Scred up. Another blocker. I don't hate that. We just pass. We draw something still. And I mean, if we draw like literally a hydro, another brainstorm. Okay. They can do a thing where they could do a multi-spell and then they'll have still 2 come back. We do want to Scred 1. On land. Interesting. I do actually, this sounds crazy, but let's just get rid of one of these brainstorms, I think. Okay. And I think now we've got this other terror. We could Scred one of those. Let's just capsize. Let's just pass. I think I'm happy with just like continuing playing stuff. Sounds crazy, but maybe attack with 1 now. With double capsize and Scred. Okay, then let that happen. Draw a land. And we will capsize with buyback, I think. They can have that, that's fine. 2 cards left. 2 mana left. They do a double spell here. Yeah, they have Fling, which is important to recognize. Well, let's just, yeah, cast with buyback. Alright, that worked. That's good for us. Still hold. Okay, that's nice. Stack Null Terror. No one ever expects Scred control, eh? Now we have the Monarch, it feels a lot better. They can do Fling stuff though. They can do a lot of things, you know. That's nice. We let this happen, and then just depending on what they do, yeah, this becomes a 5/5, but we can Scred it if we want to. They tap out. I'm just gonna capsize everything, I think. They're on 10. Like I think I can set this up where I just capsize everything and hydro. They're very big. Okay. Well, yeah, let's just capsize that with buyback. So 5 mana left. So targeting that with that. I think now this is for 11. So I'd lose that. That would survive. Maybe we just Scred that hydro capsize here. So we can go Scred you. And that fizzles. And then no, it doesn't. We need to do buyback. Just brainstorm here, because if we get hit another hydro, we'll hydro that. I think they have a hydro blast though. No, Scred's nice. Let's just put this back and this back. Let us Scred this. Okie dokie. Pass to us. And then we'll capsize that. Got the Hydro Blast for this. What a fine art we have to play, eh? Absolute counter war. I mean, it was a mole, but they did lots of draws, so we could sculpt that hand. There we go. Let's play another one. All right, we're on the play again, which is fantastic. This hand's good. We can lower and build for Fjord if we need. Hopefully we just run Natural Mountain though. That would be goulet, as they say, as the French say. Let's go Island Go. Definitely getting a Fjord though, so at least we have something. So is that Mr. Asia Go? Oh, that's a good one. Everyone's playing this deck currently. Let's get a Fjord so we can at least hoodwink. We can hoodwink on this turn, then we can boomerang, and then we can solve for Tara. So we can continue a nice, happy life, you know. Got a brainstorm. Yes, we will just hoodwink you. Consider yourself hoodwinked, my friend. And then yeah, we'll just boomerang after this. You can gain all the life you want in the world, but if we have more lands than you by the end of it, I am happy. Oh, they have to take a mole. Not a mole, but discard. We're playing against the same deck. Okay, we are going to play this. And we are just going to bounce this back again. Pass the turn. Then after that, we will do the Solfataras every turn until we have enough to play this Tolarian Terror. Yep, there they are. They're playing that. Fair enough. Fair enough, my friend. We're not going to brainstorm unless we land. No. All right. We'll just go to the upkeep and do a Solfatara. Target them. They're just not playing lands for the next like two turns, you know. Rough out there. Yeah, it's an instant, my friend. 2, 3, 4. We're very close to playing this Tolarian Terror soon. We've got a bunch of draws and whatnot, so we can actually hopefully play more than just this. This or just more Solfataras will be fine, and Turf Wounds. Or Hoodwinks. Hoodwinks are fine as well. There you go. The spell resolves, which is what I want. They attack for 1. There's no way they can switch the power and toughness for 1 mana, which is great for us. We'll go straight back to us. We draw on our upkeep. Clean up there, discard probably another Eidolon, I presume. Yep. Oh, there it is. There's a tap land. Beautiful. Hey, this is fine. I'm happy to play just continuous tap lands. And to be honest, if we can get to the spot where we can, I want to play more Solfataras, to be honest. Can we draw some Turf Wounds now and or Hoodwinks? That would be nice. More Eidolons, mayhaps? A fling. Okay, we draw a card. What do we get? So they could have a tap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's brainstorm first and see what we hit. There is another Solfatara there. That's kind of nice. I'm actually going to do... Oh, hang on. We can play this landscape. Okay, let's play the landscape. We'll play a Terra, and then we'll Solfatara. It's still control. I'm sorry if I'm saying that card wrong, but you know, we need to. And then in our upkeep, I think we'll fetch through. We don't really want any of that other stuff. Red. You are not playing any more spells. And then next turn we can play an Azure and another Terra, attack for 5. Feeling pretty good about that. Maybe we don't actually fetch that. I think because that way we can actually play this and this out. We don't do the other card. We could fetch this now. You just play the mountain, I guess. Let's just do that. They're just asking if our deck is nuts or not. They're like, is this deck always this nuts? And I'm like, I'm nuts. No. We'll untap. I just said this deck's a lot better on the play, which it obviously is. So we can tag with this. We can play our Fleet Admiral. We can play our Tolarian Terror, and then hopefully we just draw another Boomerang effect or Capsize. Play All Mate here. Pass the turn. And they can't even like deal with these terrors. Like the Lightning Axes don't do anything. They can play their tap land if they want. And then, yeah, let's just brainstorm, hopefully hit a Boomerang, and then we can Turf Wound again. All right, there's a Mountain. Very good. Into a Thrilling. Yep, fair enough. To get back to Snacker as well, but ideally we can just get in with both the Terrors here. They still have to discard 2 cards. Alright, deck. Give me something good. Yeah. It is a funny deck though. Alright. We will take this stop off. What we will do. Hoodwink, you say. We will hoodwink probably the mountains so they can't Faithless looting us. I think we just honestly brainstorm first. We can hoodwink. Let's brainstorm first, and then we can still hoodwink. Oh, Murmuring Mystic's nice. So I think I still want a Turf Wound. Did you get the Monarch doesn't matter because it's not playing another land essentially. So let's just put back this, and then we can go attack for, what is it? Attack for this much. Probably even attack with this, to be honest, and then they can get back the, they can get the Monarch, but they're not doing anything specific. We're on a nice healthy 18. Then we'll hoodwink the mountain, and then we just Turf Wound them again. It just feels dirty, You just draw the landscape, that's fine. Go to the upkeep. With this, they can give back the Monarch, but it doesn't matter because they can't cast anything. They can't really attack unless they have another Tireless Tribe. So they have to not do anything with anything, and then they go to us. Clean up, discard 2 cards. What do we draw, Very nice. So I kind of want to Lorien Revealed first. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 7. They have to block 2 creatures. They can block the Terror, but then they have to block that. So I kind of just want to get a Skred. Yeah, I think as well we could just play the Mystic. Now let's just do this fast. Get something nice. It's not going to quite cut the mustard here. I think we attack, then they have to block a bit awkwardly. And then we just play the Fjord, I think. Yeah, we have to attack with everything essentially because they have to block. And we can play this Terror, they can't combo us. Go to 1. Yeah, they have another Inside Out, obviously. And Lauren's escaping that, that's fine with me. Then we'll play this Artillery Terror. Can't even axe it either. Play this tap, so go. Got nothing else, but you only have 2 lands, so playing a lot of Tribe. I don't like people playing my deck. It means people learn how to play against it. And then that should be all she wrote. They can get the Monarch back, but they have so many cards in hand. Yeah, they're just doing Thrilling Discovery. Makes sense. If that's the case, though, they're going up to 3, you know what I mean? There's a Boomerang. Oh, so good. So good. Alright, there we go. There we go, mate. Alright, so sideboarding, similar to last time. Obviously, the relics. I wish I had an extra relic here. The Suplexes are nice because they exile the Snackers and can hit like just a mascot on the curve. Bring in the Hydroblast. I do like the Dispels because it handles the combo and it also handles what does it handle? Get rid of this, sorry. Get rid of Hoodwinks. I think we get rid of Breath Weapons, to be honest. Anything else we want to get rid of? Reds are still nice. Boomerangs are good. Turf Wounds. I don't really want to get rid of... I don't feel like the Mystics are that good. I guess we can, once we get them in play though, I think we cut one of the Fleet Admirals. Maybe even two. It's not as good a snacker. Maybe just cut down like that. Give this a crackaroony. Oh gosh. Alright. Let's go get... Ooh, we might even want to steal... The fuel would be the best. Keep. We might get into 5 as well. I think we just go Island Relic and then play another island and we just hold back on the Solfataras. Do you know what I mean? Let's just use these boomerangs to hit the tribes. Five is rough though. There's that. Alright, well we can't do anything on the play. It's just, there it is. So, Island Relic. Pass the turn. Oh, there's an escape tunnel. Yep. Right. So let's still play, unless you're a fjord, let's just play an island and pass. I guess that maybe I should have actually went and got a mountain. Probably should have gotten a mountain actually. That's okay. If they get a mountain, I'm actually going to try and boomerang this. They do. Okay. Let's just get rid of the escape tunnel. Because they can't do much unless they have a plains then. Let's just do this. I feel like we can slow down the game a little bit, you know what I mean, with these tap lands. Yeah, the mana's so awkward for them currently. Right. We could just get a fjord here. I don't hate that. Let's just go get a fjord. I think it's just makes things a lot easier for us. We've got Hydroblast up, so you know. And we can still this way play like a capsize or Solfatara, keep up Hydro. Well, let's just exile that first. That's good because they can you know, they can definitely we could get rid of that. Like just Hydro it here. See, I'm honestly just happy to get rid of that snacker, to be honest. Just use our mana. Got another lowering revealed. Okay. They should have another land here. Yeah, there it is. And let's just use a Solfatara. The Dispel's nice. I think because we can Hydro or whatever, I'd rather get a mountain with this landscape. Although I wouldn't mind doing a counter war over this Solfatara. Yeah, let's just do it like this currently. We can pursue getting rid of those. Okay. There's a bit of me that thinks we could just like exile with this Hydroblast to do stuff. Let's cycle this. Get a fjord again. Draw a card and upkeep, which is good. See, that's nice, and they're not doing anything extra, so maybe we just play out this. And then just use capsizes and ride this maybe. Drawing lands is not going to help us though. Fair bit of cards in their hand. These capsizes do make me feel better because we can eventually just buy them back. We only need one to do that. I don't really mind if they just gain a bunch of life. Okay, they're playing that. I think we're hydroing that. And we could just capsize it next turn. Makes me think if they're playing that, then they're not running any of the spirit mascots normally. Normally people run like 3 of those or whatever. Oh, suplex, we're a little bit slower here. But see, now we can just get in and we can use the capsize if we want to. There we go. So it begins. Draw a card, go. That's nice as well. We can brainstorm and then fetch and step if we want to. We can draw as many cards as they want, but we can start capsizing them soon. We can exile that with the suplex, so I'm not too worried about that either. What's this? Another Thrilling Discovery. I think that's fine as well. We keep drawing cards as well. They can do that, but you know, they will burn through those eventually. I feel like if we just keep the Monarch, we're just going to keep playing lands and then we can just play this control game, which I like. There's a tribe. We'll let that resolve, obviously. Let's brainstorm. Mirroring Mystic does help. I don't think we need the field anymore or an island. Let's go fetch a mountain. Go back to us. Let's play island. So we've got 4, 5. So we can kind of like, yeah, we can play the Mystic. And let's just suplex this. I think we just keep up the Dispel. Like if they really do have it, that's fair enough. They could have it though. They could have it. Okay. Why are they discarding to, oh, the strands? They want a strands. That's fine. And red. Fair enough. But we do have a bird now, so sorry, I was meant to attack for 3 there. That's okay. Terra's nice. Terra's nice. It's a bit of a risky turn, I guess, tapping out and doing this, but I think the spell, they need to have like the Inside Out and a Fling. And we've already seen one Fling, haven't we? That was the previous game. We've already seen 2 Escape Tunnels. So they need Inside Out, like Fling plus Red Blast to get there. I mean, yeah, if they have it, they have it, you know what I mean? I think we just respond to the Inside Out. I think we have to let that happen. We got a terror on the way anyway, you know what I mean? Probably just flashing back the Pursue, I would assume. Just drawing more cards. Playing the Magmakin. Well, we are going to try and Artillerist that, I think. Let's just cast this on here. Get rid of that. They can discard stuff if they want to, but They're getting back the Sneaky Snacker, obviously. But now I feel comfortable. We can play a Terror, buy back, keep up Dispel, have a blocker for this if we want to. We can Scred that as well. Maybe we just Scred that. Let's just Scred this and see what they do. They have to discard. Discard that. And a mountain. Well, let's attack with the Fleet Admiral. They can't really go off with the combo. I think we just capsize this and keep the Monarch. And hopefully we just draw Red Blast so we can hit this Pursue so they can't do much else. That is interesting. I don't think we do anything with it just yet, but it is interesting. They're flashing back that, yep. Fair enough. Get back the Snacker. Again, I still feel okay as long as we just keep drawing our spells. And normally their lists only run 2 Magmakins, so yeah, I'm happy there's not much else. They haven't really touched they're red blasting that. Alright, we're gonna dispel this now. Or we could just boomerang it, I guess. No, because then they can attack with the Terror. Dispel that. Which spell? Dispel. Can't attack. We can't really... I mean, that's pretty nice. Let's just go... Because we want capsize with the buyback. I'm kind of happy to go 1, 2, 3. Play this. Maybe we just bounce it now. They need a lot to go on to get it done. Oh, they can inside out. I really just need an escape tunnel then. Let's just attack with the Terror, I reckon. And again, let's just hopefully draw like a red blast, and then if they don't do anything, we'll boom, like in combat we'll just boomerang their tribe or whatever, and then use our bird. Hydro Blast is nice. Well, let's still pass the turn. They've been through 2 red blasts now. I'm becoming a bloody master in this matchup. Who would have thought I would have been playing against this so much? They're giving haste to both. We just block both. Boomerang this. This might destroy me here. Double inside out, but they can't fling. So we'll go to blocks. Block here. I'll keep the fly around. We'll block here like this. Yeah. They can't double inside out here. They're just double inside outing. Jeez. I was just keeping them both alive. Okay, what are you discarding here? Just double Eidolon. Man, a relic would be huge. Honestly. And what's this? than that. We will hydro. I think it's just worth it. We got this capsize as well. I want to close out this game now. They might have a red blast here. I don't really want to draw a card and we lose our thingo. Then we got more flyers. They didn't have another inside out, so I think we actually cycle this now. They can get it back if they want to. They might have another inside out. They don't. Okay, that's good for us. Well, let's just attack with a Terror and a couple of Burbs. We won't use this Turf Wound. I will use it as a cycle if they don't do anything else, but we need to keep this capsize. Red blasting that. I think we have to let that happen, sadly, and we just capsize whatever creature they... Maybe I should have actually capsized in response to get another flyer. We just let them draw another card, to be honest. Alright, they're playing an Eidolon. Okay. Oh, they're giving it haste. Okay, sure. Well, they're definitely getting the Monarch, but I think that's kind of fine with me. Block this. I'm happy to take 2. And let's just use this Turf Wound, I guess. Wait, we should do this now. Yeah, they can't cook us, and they can't play another land after this, so we'll Turf Wound now. I wish we had another bird though. Still not Terror. Terror's a good hit anyway. Get the Monarch. What do we draw? An island. Okay. Well, I think we attack with 5/8. I think we just attack with everything. Oh no. Let's attack with this. Like maybe not one of the birds. We got capsize up now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this Tolarian Terror is a lot as well. It's not 1 mana. It's essentially 6 mana. It's this much. It's exactly this much. Alright, but now a Terror is going to do the job. We can block 1 each. Scred's nice as well. I think we'd still use a capsize. I wouldn't mind. We should have capsized for a bird, to be honest, but that's okay. Looks like they're going for it. So we have to do it here. They have a Lauren. They need the fling, that's the thing. Do a Scred. Maybe I shouldn't have, so we kept both up because we had technically lethal on the go back. They can have strands, so I think we actually cast this. They might just have another inside out though, to be honest, because I think they have a fling. I think I potentially screwed this up by using this, just playing this Tolarian Terror, because I think we kind of had lethal if we just left it a turn. The 3 cards, we knew a fair bit of what they had. They've used so many red blasts. GG, well played. There you go. I was wondering what was in their hand. There we go. All right. This is the Tribe Destroyer. Let's go into the 4th round, eh? We're 2-1. Up back. We are on the draw, which I'm a little bit skeptical about. This is a good hand. It has everything that we want to do. But we kind of can't do anything for 2 turns. So I think we actually mull this, which sounds crazy, but it's especially if they're a fast deck, we just lose on the spot, essentially. This is better. We'll keep this. I think we just bottom 1 brainstorm because we're going to be brainstorm locking ourselves anyway. And I don't really want to be playing this brainstorm till later. Like, we're just going to be going land, hoodwink, turf wound. See how we go. Hopefully play against like a Gates deck, because that is all I want to play against. We play against Burn, Tribe combo twice. And, you know, I want to play... Ooh, interesting. This should be interesting. Breath Weapon is not a good draw. We look like the Izzet Ephemerate deck as well, which I've noticed. If they play... What kind of land they play. Ransom's always better just to chill for a while. The Breath Weapons can work against Snackers. Our Mystics are a little bit worse as well. Okay, so this is good for our Hoodwink. Yeah, alright, let's just go. I think we still play an Island. Oh, second Breath Weapon, not good. Let's just Hoodwink Gas Tunnel now. And pass. And then, yeah, we just start Turf Wounding, I guess. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell for it. I feel like this is going to be like a harder matchup, these counter wars. We do have some stuff for it, but it's going to be interesting regardless. Red Blast. And Relics. Relics are good as well. And Dispel. Alright, they're playing Island now. So this means that they can just like line into a counter spell. So we'll solve for Tara first because the draw doesn't matter too much. Turfwind's technically better. But I don't like mine until this resolving. Yep, they're doing the thing. Alright. And then we'll solve for Tara, target them. And hopefully we can do this for a bunch of turns in a row. That's the plan anyway. Probably like, what the hey is going on? We got a reader. We have a reader. I can't even draw off this card, to be honest. You could draw actual air. If they counter this, I'm likely going to go brainstorm to try and find something. Yeah, okay. Well, that's their turn, at least. And they do get pretty close to playing a Terra now. It's like their game plans is probably a smidge more streamlined than ours. Okay, I kind of want... The brainstorming doesn't matter too much. I think we leave it again and go Turf Wound. I just want to draw some extra cards. Spell pieces would be brutal. Okay, we've got a spread at least. It helps against their terrors. We're not going to brainstorm. I really want to brainstorm both these breath weapons away. So I kind of want to draw something for that before we get into business. They got Angler, yeah. I don't just kind of want to... Sorry, my cat's in front of the computer. I kind of just don't want to... So if I brainstorm here, then we're just like not seeing one card and we need to see something else on top. We kind of need to see an action card for this brainstorm to get things to work. Another Turf Wound. Let's brainstorm, look for a land if we can. That's good. We can put away these. Play the landscape. Then we can just do everything. And we're probably just going to spread on their turn though. Oh, not on our turn. And attachments make sense. No snacker though. Alright, we're just going to try and Turf Wound again. If we get a counter war and then they play an angler, then we just spread it. But then we kind of don't. We're just off the top of the deck then after that. I was meant to fetch first, sorry. Don't judge me. Alright, there's one terror. One terror. And that's probably what they want to do though, right? They would just want to protect that. I think I just... Let's get another mountain actually. We got Scred and Breath Weapon. And if we draw our Soul for Tower, we want to be able to play that. Right. So they could have Cast Down, which is an issue. I kind of don't want to play any of this. So my thought is we could try and just spread them in step. They 100% have a counter spell. I think we just pass. Try and spread this terror. And then hopefully try and draw another spread. Is what I'm thinking. Let's just take 5, see what they do. I'm under like no major pressure, but I'm just very mindful that Snacker. I don't mind about that. Let's just try and spread this. Expect a counter spell, I would assume. And if this does resolve, then I think we just Breath Weapon and step. No, there we go. So our option is just Breath Weapon. I think we don't do that. If we had another land, we could almost just Admiral Breath Weapon, but I just feel like they have mono counter spells over there. And let's just Turf Wound. Hopefully draw a card. I mean, it's interesting, but black doesn't really matter here. I think we just want to like... Hard to choose. We could just Breath Weapon, get it off the board, save some life. Doesn't really change our clock though. When you think about it, 3-turn clock, a hit twice is still a 3-turn clock. Small for the Monarch. Makes sense. Let's Hoodwink the land. And then if they don't have a Spell Pierce, then at least if we draw a square, we can handle this terror then. Well, let's brainstorm, see what we hit. I mean, that's good. We're drawing all of this though, so let's just go put... I think hitting the land's important. Maybe just put both the Breath Weapons on top. I think we'll do that. And let's just target this. Per land, and then now we can like... Obviously not on our turn, but... And I think we just brainstorm just to try and get the most sculpted hand out of everything and just try and churn this through, because then we can Breath Weapon that Sneaky Snacker. I mean, if it really depends if they play another one, that's going to be bad news bear. It sounds great. You never brainstorm end step, but we're going to be using all our mana. That's good. So I think we just play the Terror. We are on 6, which is very low. And then we'll just, I think, Breath Weapon them. Yeah, okay. We'll just Breath Weapon end step. Your Breath Weapon now. It's mindful if they have a Brainstorm, they just get it all back. I think it's actually fine to do this now. Feels so bad. These Breath Weapons definitely come out. I know they have Murmuring Mystics, but you know, like... And that goes, and then hopefully next turn we can play a Fleet Admiral, keep up a Breath Weapon. Alright, so it sounds like they don't have a lot of gas, to be honest. Please don't... Yeah, they played Island already. So on our turn, we play the Fleet Admiral and just outright play the Breath Weapon. We get it off the board. But it's going to be hard from here, I think. You've got so many more cards in their hand. Alright, well we have the Monarch. I don't know for how long, but we have it. It might be good to add in like one blue-white one so it can cycle these if we want to. Yeah, they're going to snack it back now. We might want to run the suplexes actually just to get around. Running Agony Warp as well, interesting. I think we're pretty cooked now, especially if they just play another one. Land. Well, let's just go Brainstorm, see what we hit. Discred helps. I might just counterspell this, to be honest. I probably would. Azure Fleet Admiral is not good. Look back these two. See if a Mystic resolves. Yeah, we're goners here. Alright. The fact that they're getting the Monarch back, like we could maybe get a Scred, but we are cooked. Alright, now Cyber time. So obviously relics are very important for the snackers. I think because we bring the relics, we're not bringing in suplexes. Red Blast is good. We bring in that. I don't mind Capsize, Brainstorms. I think we just cut some of this land package. And the Breath Weapons feel absolutely awful. What else do we want to do? Dispel. We want to Dispel. I think the Fleet Admirals aren't as good, but they're pretty useful to win the game. If we can maybe just cut 2. It's just the land stuff is still good like on the play, so I don't want to cut all of it. I want to keep some of it. If we can handle the snackers, I think we're in a very good spot. It just depends if we want to really get into that or not. There's plenty of ways to bounce and remove their stuff. We don't need all the capsizes. They're quite mana intensive and they're running Spell Pierce, so. Alright, let's see how we go with this hand, eh? Yeah, this hand's fine. Lone Reveal, Boomerang. I probably want to save this Lone Revealed for drawing 3. It's crazy, but I'll play the Fjord and plus. I think Terra's probably a smidge harder because they're just obviously line up to doing something more streamlined than us. Another Lone Revealed. I think we just pass. I think I'd rather the Boomerang to actually handle a Sneaky Snack or something like that. And we just, it's probably hard to choose what we're actually doing here if we're just trying to land stuff versus are we actually trying to beat them at their own game, because that's essentially what we're trying to do. Is we've got Tolarian Terrors, Mystics, and blue cards that draw cards and counter spells. Except we don't have counter spell, and they have Anglers as well as their Terrors. So it's like, it's probably more. I need to sit down and think about how this should play out. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to do anything specific just yet. There's that. Play a mountain. I think we just pass. And we can like Lone Revealed Brainstorm if we want to. I do want to get the 5th land as well, so maybe we do that. A snacker. Okay. Another island. Nothing else. Alright, well let's brainstorm. I really want this Hoodwink. I don't really want this Boomerang either, to be honest. And let's cycle one of these Lone Reveals. We can afford to get a Fjord if you will. We can a Fjord. And just play that, I reckon. Another Lone Revealed. Yeah, we didn't have to jump into anything just yet. It is this snack is a little bit annoying because it's going to chip us away over time. It doesn't trigger the snacker though because you're only drawing 2 cards. You need to brainstorm more Lorians or something like that. Another land. I think we still brainstorm again, to be honest. Just use our mana. This also gets us closer to Tolarian Terror. Put away this. We put away an island and then just go get. Do it again. Can we afford just get another Fjord? Yeah, we can play a Fjord and then line up. I guess not. I think we do get an island. It's because if we get Mystics and stuff, I think we'll be going untapped lands to untapped lands. So that's great. We'll play an island. We'll pass the turn. I want to play the Lone Revealed with some level of backup, I think. And they're not doing anything either. It's like whoever blinks first. 7 cards in hand as well. Big Yuff. They could have a lot of air though as well, essentially. Play Fjord and pass. We kind of just want to like them to play their terrors now, and then we can just try and spread them, and then and then try and fight over that counter war. This is what I want to fight over. I want to draw 3 cards. We need to get ahead on cards, essentially. Anyway. 6 cards in hand. We'll just poke the bear a little bit to the board. You can blue blast that. That is fine with me. Alright, well let's just try and spread this again. They have a counterspell now. 4 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The terror off that. Can we brainstorm first? It's annoying because I kind of wanted to use this mountain differently. Brainstorm. Doing none of these cards. That Hoodwink is not. Oh. It does allow me to Hoodwink. Maybe put back Mountain Fleet Admiral. The question is, do we just play? I think we could just Hoodwink. If they have another, they could have Cast Down for this Terror. I guess that doesn't matter too much. If they have their third counter spell, we could actually just bounce this Dimir Tunnel. And they don't have. I think we bounce this Dimir Tunnel. And then we go to main phase 2. And then we play our Terror. And I'm hoping we just have no one has any resources anymore. And then we can play this line revealed. Alright, here's my Terror. What a strange game, you know? And they can just like, you know, they don't have Red Blast. They have Cast Down, they have to wait an extra turn for that. So I'm happy to block this as well. There's a Snuff Out. Maybe even try and just Red Blast that because they're going to try and counterspell that. Let's try that first, I think. If this resolves as well, then we can just literally play this as a Fleet Admiral. We on? We are not on. Okay. So the option here is I can play the Fleet Admiral, but if we get it removed, we're absolutely cooked here. The 3 cards left, I think we actually play it. And we can block this Tolarian Terror, but I think we just, if we draw something off this Lorien Revealed, I think we're in business. It's more if they just have Cast Down or the Agony Warp. I really think we would keep, I mean, if they Brainstorm, we're actually cooked. Alright. They do have a Cast Down. Alright. I was hoping they didn't have that because they already had the Snuff Outs, but I think we had to kind of take a risk here. If they do take it. Like, maybe I could hold on to the Fleet Admiral. It's hard to know. Well, now I feel silly. They have their 4th counterspell. Well, we do have to just Red Blast that. And hope we just rip 2 Terrors off the top. Alright, can we draw 3? Look, that's good, but it's not going to cut the mustard just here because they're essentially going to attack for 5 again and get the Monarch again. So I really should have waited, essentially, is what I'm seeing here with the Fleet Admiral. I was probably a bit too hasty with that because we would have gotten the extra blast eventually. We can kind of still win this if they draw air from the Monarch and then we draw all our good stuff. But yeah, see, now I got a snacker. That was well played. That was well played. So it's probably right about the sideboarding as well with the Azure fleet. I should probably just, yeah, second Terror. Alright. And we've relatively drawn air as well, so. 1 Red Blast can't be pushed against three of them. And not, yeah, another snacker off the top. Alright. Yep. Very commanding spot. Alright, let's go into our last round, eh? All right, we're in business. This hand's good. We are going to obviously just go get a fjord, so we have the red. They are on the play though, which makes things a smidge harder. So we're playing against Affinity. Okay. All right, we will just go land go. It's a shame we don't just have a mountain off the top. That'd be very nice. I'd love a mountain off the top. Oh, they're not doing much themselves, so let's just go. I'm also almost tempted to hoodwink. If we do draw, we'll get this fjord. If we do get a mountain, I'm definitely hoodwinking here. A lot of tempting things we could do. So we could just hoodwink, but then we can't do anything on the following turn, whilst we could solve for Tara and do all kinds of nonsense on the follow-up turns and draw cards. So let's just do this. They've literally played land go, land go. The no refurbished familiars. What's this? Depending on what they play as well, we can also just go like hoodwink, spread them. Right, there's the island, so we could have gone away with a hoodwink. If they're not doing anything specific, I think we just go to their turn and solve for Tara them. They can play surveillance cam, that's fine. Let's just solve for Tara them. And then next turn we can start hoodwinking and or doing other things with our spreads and our breath weapons and our what have you. There's a monitor. We can spread that, that's fine. Alright, we draw a card. Alright, let's go mountain. I just want to do that again, so let's just spread now to get that off. And then we just turf win them, because we want to get this terror down on the following turn. And we have a couple things for artifacts. And we'll see what they can play. They can play another monitor. Yep. They got one of those. Alright. Well, Terra's very good against this stuff. And Hoodwink also bounces artifacts, which is nice. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. We could just brainstorm first and see what else we get. We can also Hoodwink. 1, 2. I think we just want to brainstorm 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's free with the Terra anyway. Don't like this breath weapon. I don't like another landscape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. I kind of next turn want to go Mystic Hoodwink. I think it's still more important to just play this Terra. So I think we play this and just play the Terra. Likely just go fetch something. That way they can't do much. And if we need to, we can hoodwink something. Do you know what I mean? The relic. Okay. Don't hoodwink that. No red yet from them. Okay. What's this? They can get him for 3, that's fine. Much better once we play this Mystic. Let's just go get another mountain. And I think we can win on the back of this Mystic, I feel. I'm not going to play anything else. We just keep up this Hoodwink. And at least get a bird out of it, you know? What's this? Oh, just cracking the relic. Oh, with the bargain, sure. Oh, he's got a fancy thing next to his name. Oh, MagicCon Las Vegas, that's cool. All right, here's the red sources. All right, there's that, which is interesting. Yeah, it's fine. You can get in with that. I don't really mind about that. I do want to target. I want to hoodwink this red source. I don't want them to have red anymore after this. Get a birdie, and then we can do this every turn so they don't play another red source after this. Oh, okay, sure. Okie dokie. And they're just getting rid of everything. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty good, I guess. And now they have this monitor in play, which is a little bit annoying. But they're not going to play another red source. And we've got another Terra now, which is fantastic for us. And then, I mean, they're on 26. I think we're blocking that monitor yet. We're going to be drawing more cards as well. Like, we can be bouncing that soon, you know? Well, actually, I do want to play this Turf Win in case we get a hoodwink. Because it can come up. There you go, there's a scred. We'll scred that monitor. 100% scred in that. And that's why we played this one first. Alright. Yep, relic, fair enough. They're not going to be playing lands for next turn either. If we just keep drawing Solfataras now. Hey, that's what we want. That's what we want. Attack for 6 every turn. They can't play a land. They can draw cards. They might be running Rebukes though, eh? But that's the problem, like, this is like what we're trying to draw from, you know, is that them not having any red sources. They can't do anything specific. We just attack every turn with this. They can't even cry to like this Tellurian Terror. Let's see what we draw. Hopefully just Null Scred. That'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Boomerang, that's nice. Well, so we got our Turf Win for next turn with 3 other mana. I think we just attack with everything. And then I think we even bounce their black mana with the Boomerang. And then use this Turf Wound. You with this. And this is essentially the lock that we've been trying to get for a long time. And they can play more Mirror Forces, I guess, which is the thing, but... If it's got 2 cards here. What do they discard, eh? 2 lands. Yep. Tapping the bird. A hoodwink. Let's brainstorm first. See what we hit. Well, that's just fantastic. And an Altera as well. I actually kind of just want to go like hoodwink Terra. Hoodwink their 2 lands. They could Gallop Blast though. Go this. Don't need no land really. And then let's attack for 5. So they can play a Gallop Blast. Go hoodwink. Bounce your land. Bounce your land. We'll play this Terra. Now we've got lethal on board next turn. They can't hit these Terrors, and then we can just Boomerang their Mirror Enforcer. What is this deck, man? What is this deck? They're gonna bring in like a bunch of stuff though. I mean, Refurbished Familiar is pretty good. A pretty good hit here. I should have probably kept the Capsize on top then, if they did have a Familiar in hand. We just block that. Oh, sure, that's fine. We'll just do it over 2 turns, and we've got this Boomerang to get rid of bounce their land again. We could just do that as well. Now we've got the Capsize on top. Let's just attack for 6. Return their land. They might want to Gale Blast. They might want to Gale Blast the bird, I guess, to keep them alive another turn. But now they can play land, and then we can just Capsize with buyback. Yeah, that's fine. We'll discard this line revealed. There we have it. Tag them for 6. Alright, so we have more stuff for them because we have like the suplexes and the cast into fires. So these come in. These come in. Like Dispel kind of can, and they would bring in. I have to double check what they're bringing in, but they're bringing in some level of counter spells. We might want the Hydroblast. So this Affinity is a good deck, and they're running Kenku's now as well. Kenku's, Thoughtcasts, running Munitions. So 2 Blue Blasts, a Red Blast, and the Cracklands and the Pyroblast. I think so. Yeah, we obviously bring in. In that case, we could bring in both, really. Probably a mix, because they're bringing in Blue Blast and Red Blast themselves. I don't mind a Dispel, to be honest. Extract Confession that also bring in, but that's a sorcery. Relics don't matter as much. I don't think we care about with their Blood Fountains. Things I don't want to run, like, obviously the breath weapons have to go. I don't think the Fleet Admirals are good here. I think we kind of win with a tempo plan. Brainstorm Spreads, Hoodwinks are like fantastic. They actually hit everything. So we could even like, on the draw, could cut some of these. Because we're running things that are like just exiling their lands anyway. Cut the worst version. And then yeah, so they're running 6 Blue Blast effects and then 4 Pyroblast effects. They're running Thoughtcast, Ultra Monitors, and Kenku's likely, and then they're also running like Gale Blast, Cracklands, Makeshifts, and then the Red Blast as well. So we want the Hydros, the red spells, and then for the blue spells, I'm not as worried about. They can kind of Hydro move if they want. We just bring in 2. I think 2 is correct. And then call that a day. Yeah. I think it has lots of merit to it. Hitting their 2-for-1s and their Thoughtcasts and whatnot, I think is going to be good. This hand is good. We will keep it. It's got terrors, it's got bounce spells. What else do you need, you know? Oh, just playing a spell bomb straight up. Okay, we're just gonna play a Fjord and pass. It'll be a little bit faster here, I can imagine. Alright, we're gonna hoodwink that. And then hopefully draw a land, and then we can, well, let's cast into fire that now. Exile it. We could also just hoodwink it. And save it more for the threats, I guess. They might have a like, yeah, Red Blast here anyway. They don't. Okay. And at least next turn we can like crack the Lorien. Playing it again. Okay. Another cast into fire. Well, let's Lorien Revealed. Go get an island. And then cast into fire that. And then on our turn, we can just turfing them in their upkeep. We just hit all their lands so easily, you know. Refurbished Familiar. What am I not keen on playing here is the question. I think we should really keep targeting their lands. Boomerang's the worst here because the Hoodwink just does the same thing anyway. We've got 4 mana. Yeah, I was thinking they might want to actually 4, just 3 mana. I think we cast into fire the land here. Get rid of this one so they can't crack clan us. And then might want to crack the spell bomb now because of Terror. Okay, I don't have anything else. If I was them, I'd be cracking bomb here. Oh no, it's the reason I passed into my main phase is because I'm worried about their red blast countering my Terror. And if we draw a land, then we can. You don't have to crack that. So I feel okay because now we can just, if we draw a land, we can just hoodwink their land. I'm more inclined to actually turfwing now because they only have black sources. If we draw a land, then we can hoodwink and then turfwing them, and I'm be very happy about that. Can we attack for 5? I'm mindful of Extractive Confession, but they're going to be doing that anyway. And I think we just, yeah, turfwing in the upkeep. We might hit something else maybe, but if we're keeping them off 2 colors and literally they need 1 of their 2 extracts, and now we've got Nod Flare and Terror, but we have to be able to cast it at some point. I'd love Null Turfwing, that's what I'd like. Hydroblast is nice. It's attack for 5. And then I think we hold back on the Hoodwink for now. Pass. I think that's Spell Bomb. That's fine. And just cycling that through. Okay. Alright, let's just bounce one of these, I think. Let's spread this so we can just try playing Nod Terror. I mean, that's what happens when you just hit a bunch of their lands. There we go. Alright, let's do a wrap up. Alright, so quick wrap up time. This deck was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I think the mana base was okay. That was fine. You could have potentially ran like 1 blue-white tap land just so if you drew these landscapes, you had a way to cycle them. But it was very minuscule times that would happen, you know. And the tap land might screw up a little bit more because you really do need that red, especially on turn 3 for the 8-card suite over here. Probably what I found was difficult was that this deck didn't do as well against like aggro decks. So like mainly against like, you know, I feel like it would struggle against Rally Red and we struggled against Madness. We are running a lot of Hydro Blast. You could really pop that up to 6 maybe and just run like 2 Blue Blasts as well. I just thought I could maybe just work with a Dispel, but you probably do need to change that. We do run the Suplexes and Cast into Fires, but you probably need just some level of like gaining life. Outside of that, I think this deck, I was really choosing between if this needed to be a control deck or it needed to be more of a tempo deck. And it probably comes across more as a tempo deck. Reason being is like when we played against that Dimir deck, I didn't feel too good with it. I feel like their strategy was more low to the ground. What we wanted to do, they just wanted to get a terror out. And let me get this terror over here. And I just feel like we were doing a worse version of that. And like obviously the lands don't really matter too much against them with that either. Yeah, it's just hard to know. Do you know what I mean? Like it could really be, here it is. It could go either way. I don't know. I feel like if we had a certain draw, we could definitely do the land package stuff. But when someone's mainly just like one color and they're running a couple sources for the black, like Pool Winks were good. We could do like an end step, like bounce your blue black land, and then you don't have counter spell up. But I felt like the breath weapons didn't feel as good here. These are Fleet Admirals didn't feel as good either. Like I feel like you could just essentially run this as a tempo build and maybe even just put Delvers in the deck. Take out these Fleet Admirals, maybe even the Mystics even. Put in Delvers, maybe put in more of the Serpents and whatnot. Just more of like, hey, this is my giant threat. Come deal with it. Otherwise, you're going to lose the game. Is probably where I want to go. You could probably even cut the breath weapons for bolts and have that more tempo. Probably, yeah, cut Azure Fleet Emeralds. Maybe keep one Mystic in. Put Delvers in for these 4. Take these out and maybe like one Capsize and put like 4 bolts in and just see how we go from there. Sideboard wise, I would probably run some extra blue blasts. I probably still need to think about what to do with those aggro builds. The relics, I think, are just, even though they're counterintuitive for us, because obviously we want to fill up our graveyards for the terrors, I feel like we just need them for certain decks, and especially for Spire combo. Like we could run some level of counter spells as well if you really want to, just to handle those key cards. But I think this is also, it just felt very relevant against Tribe combo as well. So I don't know. I think I'd probably keep the sideboard as is and probably just try more of a tempo build and see if the bolts work. Otherwise, we can move things around and put counter spells in. But I think once this suite starts going, it's really hard to stop it. So let me know what you think of the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.